come climb Little Tahoma with us. So Little Tahoma is one of the sub-peaks of Mount Rainier. It's also the third highest peak in Washington. And we are heading to the trailhead right now to car camp, meet up with some friends, and head out early tomorrow morning.
Hello! Like, that's gotta be Vic. Just boom, boom, boom.
Really? Because I turned it down low too. That's what sucks.
Night world. So we are getting into bed. We're trying to fall asleep by 8 p.m. And then we have a 1 a.m. Wake up. Andrea making her morning coffee. I taped up my heels. Got all our stuff together. Got with the group. There is 5 of us total. Last minute packing and hitting the trail. We hit the trail about 2 a.m. The first section of the trail is snow-free. The first couple miles are snow-free. And it's relatively flat and mellow. There is some water crossings, but they're all easy to navigate. They either have really good rocks to hop on, or there's some man-made bridges throughout the area. As we progress down the trail, we start running into our first signs of snow. Still pretty patchy at this point. And then the trail starts to open up, and here we're actually looking at our route down, and you can see a couple headlights. So there are teams in front of us climbing up to either Whitman Crest or Little Tahoma. And you can also see Mount Rainier in the background.
Always! You know, there must be photos of people being tiny in London.
People being tiny.
My favorite. Look at that mountain.
Oh, you guys. Okay, one more good. Just kidding.
We are making our way up to Mini Crest right now. This is typically a boulder field, but it's still covered with snow, so we were able to go right up. This is our friend Jonathan.
Where are they? What's their elevation?
He's also climbing Little Tahoma. He's running it, actually. And we have a group of friends climbing Mount Rainier right now, and so we're checking in on them to see where they're at on the mountain.
Yeah, Alicia and Nicole. We're looking at the headlamps up there, and there's a couple parties coming up the clearer behind you guys.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people on the mountain right now. We're towards the top of there.
Nice.
Congo line.
Nice.
Dude, I gotta say, man, you're fucking impressive. Girl.
501. Seems lighter than what it was when we were there.
Like this exact time.
So we end up climbing with Jonathan for a little bit as we make our way up, and we are headed to the glacier right now. Some of the route is melted out, so we kind of keep transitioning between rock and snow. We've made it to the edge of the glacier, so we are putting on our gear, which includes crampons, harness. We will be roping up to travel over the glacier. That pointy prominence right there is Little Tahoma. So that is what we are climbing today. Getting our gear. Andrea and I are rocking our 2-man group, and then Tony, Nicole, and Vic are going to be a 3-man group. Just leaving Meanie. We have officially roped up and are on the glacier. So, I'm not sure how much scrambling we'll have since things are still pretty snow covered, but there's a couple teams in front of us, so hopefully there's a good boot path. Let's go.
Hold on. Quick panel.
Get the pano.
Get it.
We are approaching the ridge line. We've come to a notch in the ridge line. That way we can climb up and over. And so we will be dropping back down onto the other side, onto another glacier to continue traveling up. Wow. Oh, people slept over here. We use this opportunity to take a snack break. Nicole is the sweetest person ever and packed us all these little snack lunches with some Spam musubi. It's a perfect sodium bomb. Hit the spot for sure. And taking a little rest while we wait for our second rope team to meet us here at the notch. Get it! There they are. Jonathan has long since taken off from us as he is soloing this and running up, and he is up in this group right now with some other teams trying to navigate past them. They are making their way up to the rocks at this point. And we are taking off from the notch. So we're at the bottom of the kind of last big incline leading up to the peak. This part is a doozy. It is steep. It's getting a little bit later in the day, so snow is starting to soften. There were quite a bit of kick stepping needing to happen. But as we get on the rocks, we take another little break at the top and fuel up and are waiting for our second team before we start scrambling to the summit.
Oh, nice.
For the scramble section, we've unroped, taken off our crampons. I left my ice axe down by the snow so that I could have both my hands.
Found that big group yet?
Negative. I can hear laughter though.
Sure ain't us.
What?
So after this section, there's a couple patches of snow. Pretty easy to navigate. There was a hand line put in for assistance to get up the snow section. This is the last lip to get over before we reach the false summit. And here we see that there's actually quite a few more people than we had anticipated being in front of us.
Holy shit.
From this view, we're sitting on the false summit, and then where you see that person, the highest point, that's technically the true summit. But it's a very narrow pathway to get from the false summit to the true summit, so we are kind of just waiting for people to go back and forth, waiting our turn to get over there. Pretty good views while we're waiting, though.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're crawling our way up.
Copy that.
This is the tough thing about climbing on nice days on the weekend, is that you are sharing the mountain with people. Thankfully, Nicole has brought treats, some cinnamon rolls for us to enjoy while we wait. After about an hour and a half of waiting for the team in front of us to do this true summit, we finally are able to make our way over. So this is us scrambling over to the peak of Little T. Nicole is freaking off scrambling here.
You want a photo with the box? I held it above my head. It's pretty epic.
We all got our summit photos and we are getting out of here. We probably spent a total of 5 minutes at the top because we are ready to get out of here. We're ready to go home. So we're making our way back down the scramble now, back down to where the snow is. We will have to get our crampons on, get our ice axes out. We did decide not to rope up for the way down. After viewing the glacier and seeing the conditions, we felt that it was safe enough to do without the ropes.
Fuck out of here!
Okay.
You guys have a track going at least?
Huh?
A track going?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're off the glacier, crampons off. We're now back on the main trail. This was some of the water crossings we did in the morning. And we are running. We know what's waiting for us in the car, and we're excited to have that refreshment.
Out here.
Officially back to the car.
Nice.
So proud of this team.
8 hours.
Best part of the climb is just hanging out, chatting,
Just under 9.
and reminiscing on all the things we saw that day. So happy I got to share it with all these awesome climbers.